Look at this girl. All right, we got the death boat. I'm making some mods to her. I never really documented this build, however, I probably should have. I got my Boxo toolbox here, obviously, as always, making it happen. I love this thing. Makes it easy, especially when you gotta wheel it outside. So, originally, I had added off of the back of this 3 inches. You can see the UHMW, that did a lot. So I made some trim plates. That airplane's really loud, sorry about that. I made some trim plates that are gonna bolt in here and then have adjustable tie rods that are gonna be on Heims. Actually forgot those in the car. I got all the hardware I used when I mocked it up. I got my reverse nozzle right here that's gonna bolt up and work with the jet evader and all that, and you can see how it's clearance right there for when the jet evader is up. I'll show you guys a little bit of that when I install this on the boat. This is the 10-foot Jetstream adventure boat hull. I want it to act as a longer boat. That's why I'm doing this, because at high speeds and choppy water, it is it's not violent, but I feel like I can smooth it out. And I just wanted to kind of tweak and tune on it. I just got all these parts back from Swift Powder. They did a phenomenal job, as always. They're the ones who did the boat and the trailer and everything. I'm gonna install these trim plates right now, do a little time lapse installing these, and then after that I'll do a walkthrough on the boat and show everyone a little bit more of this mean machine in depth and go over a lot of the parts and the configuration of this boat for those of you that have never seen it, or that are discovering the page, or that want something more in depth to scope out. But let's get these parts installed and show you what the finished product's gonna look like now that I got all this stuff back from Powder. You ready to see something loud? Let me make sure this is nice and clear for you all, because it is loud. Boom! Oh, that pink pops so loud. So you can see I can adjust it now up or down in order to make the back of the boat longer. So I added a substantial amount, about 14 inches to the tip, and then I would say another 8 inches or so of width. So I can bring this down to level, and or I could put a small piece of 1/4 inch stock underneath the back of this to get the tail to come down, and essentially then bring these down to test a bunch of different trim options. So the back of the boat is loud on all my hardware, since this is water, anti-seize, Revlock anti-seize, that shit is the business. I pulled off the other hatch cover. The other hatch cover comes off with these quick disconnects here that I put on there that are stainless and badass. I have gas shocks that hold the back of the boat up. Heat shield products is covered on the gas tank to keep any engine heat away from the fuel, to keep the fuel as cold as possible. I have some rigid rock lights up in there. What do you think?
Shit, bro. What?
What do you think of the back of the boat, dude?
Back of the boat? It looks like the back of a boat, bro.
I'm talking about the trim plates in the new reverse.
Pink.
It's pink, oh, it's loud. It's sick, huh? Looks like a race boat, huh?
Sure.
But it's a death boat. So I'm surprised. This full throttle battery literally has, the boat's dirty right now, excuse me, but this full throttle battery has had the rock lights on, the buggy whip lights on, the rigid rear tail lights on, and everything on at a bunch of trade shows, to where the battery's dead and it charges back up like nothing. So I'm gonna turn on the running lights, the rear light bar, the dome lights, and the rear light bar. Boom. So check this out. It's got your front lights, the light bar. I don't need to turn that girl on. It's buggy whip light. Underneath the rigid rear tail lights, it has task lights as well, which are sick. And then the rear running lights that are gangster. So I'll give you the rundown on the motor. The motor is a supercharged Rotax motor. I had Race Lap tune the ECU right there. Boom. They tuned that for this motor. I put a bigger supercharger on it. I had to customize the exhaust, customize the water box, and I put a custom shoot, I'm drawing a blank. Linear actuator right here, which works the jet nozzle off of a trigger switch on the steering wheel. A lot of guys run finger throttles. I put a gas pedal in it, full custom setup gas pedal. You can see the 2 Rockford Stereo, 6.5-inch pods up front, a nice little dead pedal with all the stomp pad. Here's your forward and reverse lever. Boom for that back there. Here is the trim. So that's trimmed all the way up. This is an Energy quick release. So check this out. You put this on and then you spin it and it'll find its center. Bink. So there's center right there. I like it. Also got a boost gauge over here, a little odometer boost gauge. Here's the Rockford Stereo. Boom, that's turning on. Sick. This thing cranks. The subwoofer's out of it right now. I'll turn that back on in a second. Got the hold fast steering wheel and this girl with the 2-blade. Let's see what else. Oh yeah, this is a full custom dash by Next Level Motorsports. Me and him kind of drew something up. Has a nice little curved pocket here for my leg to hit the gas pedal. The accelerator pedal. A windshield brow that matches the car, curved light bar to match the buggy, little slight radius roof, of course a shark wing as well on there. You can see the 2 Rockford amps. One's a monoblock and one's a 4-channel for the Marine subwoofer here. This thing cranks. It's in a small box. It is a custom aluminum box that I made, and I stuffed it with like what you would find in like stuffed teddy bears and whatnot to kind of make it sound a little bit hollower, a little bit deeper. I heard that was a trick that you can do for those, which is pretty epic. Of course, I got my cooler box too, where underneath it I can put tools or whatever need be, and then it folds over and my cooler straps in on the top there. But inside the cooler I also have these foam inserts that I can put inside my cooler to where my Mountain Dews don't get shooken up. Right?
See.
So here was the old reverse. You can see with how close it was, it would divert the water and it would hit this plate right here. So I have it trimmed all the way down right now. Obviously it clears and everything works fine. I'll trim it all the way up right now and you'll see that it can clear. Linear actuator working. So I had to actually take that linear actuator and I had to take it apart and pull some solder points apart, me and Austin, and we resoldered it back together to where it had the exact throw that I needed before it bottomed out. It was a 2-inch linear actuator. I want to say we dropped it down to about 1.6 inches. That way it wouldn't max itself out on the pump nozzle, because that was all the throw it had here on the pump nozzle. So you can see this is where it comes through with my little scrunchie to keep it watertight. With it trimmed all the way up, if you look, the top of the nozzle clears all 3 of these notches that I have here. Boom. I really made it to where this one was a little higher than the other two, because if it caught here, it would want to suck this thing down, boom, like that, and then all of a sudden I'd do a freaking big old nose wheelie. So I didn't want that to happen. So all right, my bad. Phone or GoPro totally died on me. Totally died. But yeah, so I was giving you guys the rundown on the pump with the jet all the way up, so it doesn't clip the back of this, because if it does, nose wheelie, boom. Touchdown on the stereo, touchdown on the badass Rockford. I put my cooler mount back in, my throwable, my paddle. I got 2 life jackets, my Rockford. Now you can kind of see the back of this thing with the hatch off and some of the underglow lights. Another cool feature on here, I put the Riva Racing intercooler in, that is water fed as well. This right here is the filter, the pre-filter before it sends water into the motor. So it comes down and it has to filter through the screen. You can see in the bottom here, that right there is all sand at the bottom. So I've had this thing literally halfway filled up with sand when we're going over sandbars and shit and jumping things, where yeah, it's there. Hey babe, you want to link up to the Rockford stereo system? We'll get this thing cranking. Boom. Oh, actually I gotta plug the sub back in, but yeah, click onto that. We'll plug the sub back in real quick. Back in action. All right, I got the sub hooked up, and we're gonna little Fred up in here. So we'll get to the trailer. We'll get to the trailer right now. So the trailer has 2-inch hollows, 2-inch hollow hubs that are the same as my buggy. It has the same wide 5 method bead locks as my buggy. Yeah, they're real bead locks on a trailer, something you don't really see often. I have the Gladiator X-Comp all-terrain tires. These things are badass. These tires don't make any noise on my Duramax, my dually, because they have all these small sipes, I guess you could call them, or small reliefs in them. Boom. Really surprised by the tread life that these things have offered on my dually, as well as the grip that they offer. I have like 20,000 miles on my truck now, towing that big 42-foot trailer with the buggy and a bunch of other stuff in it, and they're not even close to the 50% mark. So not only that, I've side loaded these tires in the bug and questioned whether or not I was gonna pull out okay with just everything, and they take everything I could throw at them. So shout out to Gladiator. Those ATs are badass. It has King triple bypass on a trailing arm that is similar to what you would find on a buggy. Let me show you this thing. It's all keyed, it's all plated, it's on bushings, 1 3/4 down on bushings. It has a coilover as well with powder coated springs. It's more of just an emulsion shock. Sick little shock tower. Behind there is a roller as well for when you get on the trailer. It guides it on. Clean little corner gussets and whatnot, corner caps and overlays. Another overlay here, another corner gusset. For all the electrical, I went through the chassis, hole sawed and went through the chassis. Something I didn't touch down on was the skid plate. The skid plate on this boat is UHMW, and it's 3/8 thick, and there's 232 screw holes, 5/16 stainless screws in the bottom of this boat. You might ask why there's wheels here. Well, if you haven't seen HAVASU Assault, go check it out. It basically, I made a custom hitch with an 1.25" uniball on the front. My boy Kevin from Quixotic, who's in the shop on that side of the shop, he designed this whole trailer on SolidWorks, and I got to give him props for this trailer. Check him out. Kevin QMS is his IG hold. But basically, this allows you to have full range of motion with a lot of articulation, and everything is solid. I wheelied so hard once that it barely kissed right here, but when I wheelie, these wheels come really close to touching the ground. I didn't want to drag the trailer, so that's why I put those wheels on there. Standard boat hitch or boat winch. And that's pretty much it for the trailer. There's 4 runners on the bottom of the trailer that hold the boat in. There's a couple other rollers down in there, and that's it. On this boat, you can see right here where I put 1.5 1/8" angle in order to basically, these are your chines. This is a wear point now, so instead of going straight into the hole, this spreads the load and gives you another area of protection for when you're hitting rocks and doing all that crazy stuff. Let me pause this thing real quick. I have PRP seats. These things are custom with, of course, Shreddy embroidered into them. Rugged radios. I use the handheld radios in this thing. Super easy to do for when we're filming and communicating. That's a must. Let's see, what else did I touch down on? Oh, Ultra Deck bow. Did all the custom flooring for this. It's dirty. I know I need to clean it and scrub it and get it all dialed in, but that is all the custom flooring. Race car shit, Safecraft fire extinguisher, and this thing's ready to go play. Want me to start her up? Let's fire her up real quick. Got a whistle on there too, so I got everything need be. Get the fuel pump primed. The girl, baby. She don't play. She don't play. We don't play. We are officially summer ready to go test this out, see what happens, see what she does. I'll post some more videos up of us just having fun on the old YouTube, ripping her, and I'll give you guys the lowdown of how these trim plates worked and how that reverse worked. I'll show you guys firsthand. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys appreciate these videos. I wish I would have done a full build series on this boat, but I have a feeling like I'll build another one in the future and show you guys all the little tips and tricks. Jetstream adventure boats, check them out. Oh, also one last thing. I did ceramic coat half this boat. My boy Josh, he ceramic coated, or used Ceramic Pro, their ceramic coating on half of this boat. So we're gonna go put it through the elements and see what half with ceramic coating does versus the half without ceramic coating. Again, it wouldn't be possible without all these partners that have literally been by my side since day one. Mob Armor, HP, Rigid King, Gearhead, PRP, Flowmaster, Rockford, Gladiator, XComp, Pedal Commander, Polaris, 4-wheel parts, Heat Wave, Method, Team Full Throttle batteries. All these dudes are very good to me. Maximum Oils and 4-wheel parts. They help keep this whole program flowing. So if you guys need anything from them, comment what you're looking for below, and I'll do my best to help dial you in with those who dial me in. Yeah.